What is web accessibility? Have you ever thought about the challenges faced by users with disabilities when browsing inaccessible websites? Let's dive into this important topic together. Web accessibility is all about making sure that websites and online content can be easily used and navigated by people with disabilities. Think about it, if a website isn't accessible, it's like putting up a huge barrier for those who need it most. When someone with a disability visits an inaccessible website, they might encounter a range of challenges. For example, a visually impaired user relying on a screen reader could struggle if images are not properly labeled. This means they miss out on important information that others can see. Users with motor disabilities may find it difficult to navigate websites that require precise mouse movements or have small clickable areas. Imagine trying to click on a tiny button when you have limited dexterity. It can be incredibly frustrating. People with cognitive disabilities might struggle with websites that have complicated layouts or confusing navigation. Clear, simple design is key to ensuring everyone can access and understand the content. And let's not forget about those who are deaf or hard of hearing. Videos without captions or transcripts are essentially inaccessible to them, leaving out a significant portion of the population. So, what can we do to make the web more accessible for all users? It starts with understanding the different types of disabilities and the challenges they face. Designing websites with accessibility in mind from the beginning can make a huge difference in ensuring equal access for everyone. WCAG, or Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, is a set of guidelines developed by the Web Accessibility Initiative, WAI, of the World Wide Web Consortium, W3C. These guidelines are designed to ensure that web content is accessible to people with disabilities, including those with visual, auditory, cognitive, and motor impairments. The primary goal of CAG is to make the web more inclusive and usable for everyone. CAG is organized around 4 key principles, often referred to as POUR. Perceivable, information and user interface components must be presented in a way that users can perceive, regardless of their disabilities. This includes providing text alternatives for non-text content, captions and other alternatives for multimedia, and adaptable content that can be presented in different ways without losing meaning. Operable, user interface components and navigation must be operable by all users. This involves keyboard accessibility, providing sufficient time for users to read and complete tasks, and avoiding content that could cause seizures or physical discomfort. Understandable, information and operation of the user interface must be understandable. This includes clear and concise content, consistent navigation and functionality, and input assistance to help users avoid and correct mistakes. Robust, content must be robust enough to be reliably interpreted by a wide variety of user agents, including assistive technologies. This ensures that as technology evolves, content remains accessible. Each of these principles is further elaborated through a set of guidelines, and each guideline has success criteria that provide specific and testable requirements. The guidelines are organized into 3 levels of conformance: A, Basic, AA, Mid-level, and AAA, Highest. Conformance to these guidelines is crucial for creating a more inclusive digital environment and ensuring that websites and web applications are accessible to a diverse range of users. By prioritizing web accessibility, we can create a more inclusive online community where everyone has the opportunity to access information and engage with different content. Let's work together to make the web a more welcoming place for all users.